Cricket is my passion and I cannot avoid it.
Hello everyone and welcome to Cricket Talk Show. Today we have with us the rock star of USA. You guessed it right, the man who bowled the first maiden over in T10, also bowled a fabulous spell against Namibia and took 5 wickets and made them win that match. We have the youngster Ali Khan from USA. Welcome, Ali.
Hello Anis bhai, how are you? Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm good, and what about you?
All good, thank you.
How's it in USA and in your city especially?
Right now it's getting bad again. So it was bad in the start, but then it calmed down a little bit because the things were on lockdown and everything. But as soon as the lockdown was lifted, people started going out and all the restaurants were open. So there's a spike in the number of cases now again, and because of that, the cases are gone up. So now they are going back to the lockdown. So it's starting to get bad again. So hopefully it's not going to be as bad as the start, but let's see how it goes. So just trying to stay safe.
So in this lockdown period, how is Ali Khan staying fit? Or rather, during the lockdown period, how was Ali Khan staying fit?
Yeah, it was challenging part in the start because we are not used to this kind of routines, and especially our workouts because they're always with the trainer and gyms. But I have a very good friend. His name is Vineet Ashu, and he does know a lot about fitness. So every day he was sending me workouts that I can do at home. Mostly it was body weights, and it was really hard. It's funny actually. It was very hard for me to find weights. So I had to go out of city to just find 240-pound dumbbells, and I got them. And then I kept that at home, and I was getting exercises from Ashu, and yeah, mostly body weight like squats, a lot of push-ups. That's why my arms got a little bit bigger now because I'm doing a lot of push-ups.
That's nice.
So yeah, just body weight exercises, and then outside I would go for a run in the park. So just trying to do little by little every day, just trying to stay active and just trying to stay fit. So whenever the season starts, at least I was doing some stuff, so it won't be that hard to get back in shape.
We saw on Insta one of your painted pictures. Is that what Ali Khan loves doing it, or is it just because there was nothing to do in COVID?
That is actually from last night. I went with my friend, and this was actually my first time painting. So I was like, "There's no way I can paint anything." But then my friend said it's okay because it's with the instructor. So when you go paint, they already have a canvas paint ready, and it's like a class. So instructor is telling you like do this. So it was step by step. In the middle, it was going horrible, but the end product came out pretty nice, and I was surprised. I had a hidden talent that I didn't know about until today. So yeah, in the end, I was very happy with it, and actually, my painting was actually one of the best in the room. So I was very happy with it.
I am not surprised. Whatever Ali Khan touches is gold, and this is something Ali Khan should look forward in the future too.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for your kind words.
So tell me something, Ali. What brought you to cricket? I know being a Desi, it's all inbuilt in the blood, but how was your first traction towards cricket?
So, well, I was grown up in Pakistan. So growing up as a kid, over there's only one sport. People only play cricket. And I used to play in school when I was very little. And then I used to play with my brother in my house. We used to break windows and all that stuff. So when I was growing up, my brother took me to his team, like his game, because he's older than me, and I got there and I got 6 wickets in a table game against big boys. So at that point I realized that okay, I can actually play cricket really good. So I always used to play with the guys like older than me because I had that little bit of pace back then, and that's what's like. I mean, I was as a kid, and then I was watching cricket, watching Shoaib Akhtar, Wasim Akram, Waqar Yunus, Brett Lee growing up. So I just wanted to grow up and just bowl like fast. So I just wanted to bowl fast. I mean, I still want to bowl fast whenever I play. But as a kid, I just used to run a lot and just be out with bat and ball, just play by myself against the wall on the roof if no one is there. Doesn't matter how hot it is over there. So I was always playing cricket. So I think it was in my blood as a kid. So I'm happy that I'm fulfilling my dream when I grew up now.
Well, you were nominated for ESPN Cricket Info as the Associate Bowling Performer for your spell of 5 for 46. Tell us something about it.
Yeah, that is one moment that I will cherish forever because that game was very crucial. It was ICC World Cricket League Division 2, and ODI status was on the line for USA Cricket. USA Cricket had ODI status one time back in the days when they went to Champions Trophy. I forgot which year was that, but I think it was 2004. But ever since they didn't have ODI status, so it was a really big tournament for us. And the first game we lost against Oman, and this game was on the line. If we lose this game against Namibia, the chances were very slim to qualify for the ODI status. Even in the first game, I had 4 wickets against Oman, but unfortunately, we couldn't win that game. But against Namibia, it was the 49th over. We needed some they were batting, they were chasing. They needed some 15 runs about in 2 overs, and they had about 5 wickets in hand. And I had bowled about 9 overs, and I had only 2 wickets by then. So I knew that the game is on the line, and I had to come up with my magic and with my Yorker. So in that over, I got in the 49th over, I got 3 wickets, and that over turned the game around. And it was a whole team effort, but in the end, I'm happy with my over, the 49th over, that helped me get those 3 breakthroughs in that over, which helped the team win the game. And then we went on to get the ODI status. So that is a very proud moment, and I will always be very proud of it.
Since you've got the ODI status, do you regret that an associate member team does not get to play so many internationals as the regular teams get to play?
Yes, definitely, Anis bhai. That is very disappointing because there's a lot of talent. I'm just a small picture of what's out there. There's a lot of talented guys there in associate cricket, and if they get more opportunities like big members, even though they play against each other, it will be a chance for them to showcase their talent to the rest of the world. That yes, there's a lot of talent here, and I think ICC should invest more in associate cricket because people are very passionate also in associate cricket, and they also want to see cricket grow.
You see, I was talking with Nabi last week, and I was asking him the way Afghanistan has progressed in the last few years, rather last 10 years. 2010 was when they played their first T20 World Cup, but in the last 10 years, they have come a long way. So countries like USA, UAE, Oman, Scotland, Namibia, they also have the talent in them. So what do you think is that Afghanistan has done better, or probably USA has not done, or any other countries have not done better?
Yes, you're spot on, Anis bhai. Afghanistan is a really good example. What I would say is because they have been playing cricket together in one place for a long time. Versus compared to USA, we have a lot of diversity in United States. So people are coming and going. So it's not like there's one team, one solid squad for the long term, so they can play and get to know each other. So that has always been a problem with USA cricket. Versus Afghanistan, they're all local boys. They know each other. They've been playing cricket since they were kids, because I see some of their pictures on social media from back in the days, like when they were little and they were playing cricket. So I think that's one of the reasons, and also because now they have superstars like Nabi, Rashid. So the kids and their youth program, they are looking up to them. Versus in USA, we don't have any big heroes that people can look up to or tell their kids that you want to be like them. So I think that's one thing that's lacking. But a lot of good things are happening now in USA cricket as well. They are starting their own league in Major League Cricket, which is hopefully next year, if it comes through. They're starting minor league now. So a lot of good things are happening. There's a lot of good facilities. So hopefully, and now we have the ODI status. So if we get to play the World Cup qualifiers, we will have a chance to qualify for the World Cup, which will be really good. And that will put USA cricket on the map. So hopefully things go well.
You rightly said you need local boys and also somebody to fund the tournaments going on in the country. Because I remember in UAE, there was a lot of cricket. In fact, cricket happens in UAE probably 12 months a year, 365 days. But so far, unfortunately, UAE, apart from playing one World Cup in 2015 and probably a T20 World Cup, they have not capitalized on the infrastructure, because UAE has the network, when I say the grounds, if you ask about Dubai Cricket Stadium, the ICT Academy, the Sharjah Cricket Stadium, the Abu Dhabi Stadium, and they have very talented players who come and play and who want to play cricket. So is that USA, does it have the same infrastructure?
So I have always been fan of Dubai and its facilities, especially ICC Academy and the Sevens, and they have Dubai Cricket Stadium, Sharjah, Abu Dhabi Stadium where we play T10. So it's amazing. Dubai has a lot of facilities, yet they don't qualify to play World Cups like on regular basis. It's really surprising because all the teams from rest of the world come to Dubai to train in their facilities, and it's very saddening to see that UAE itself cannot get to that level. But hopefully things go well for them as well, and they come up as one of the big associate team, which they already are, but just they need to play more ICC big tournaments. Yes, USA has actually few stadiums. One we have in Florida, the ICC approved big stadium where we also play CPL games, and India played West Indies there. So that's the best facility we have in US. Beside that, we have a lot of turf wickets now, like in Houston. There's this guy, his name is Tanveer Ahmed. He's building eight turf facilities. Like he's funding all by himself. He's building new grounds, which is very, very good. A lot of USA camps are happening there now. And then there's a guy, Mac Qureshi in Florida. He's investing in his stadiums. He's building turf wickets. And then there's a guy, Saki Bhai. He's also in Houston. He has his own private turf grounds. And then in North Carolina, we have a new turf wicket ground. Chicago, there's turf. So there's a lot of like upcoming facilities, but still we need like proper funding from USA Cricket itself or ICC maybe to invest more in these grounds with these people who are investing their own money, and then it will help them get better, and then they will attract more people and more games.
So you feel there is talent and there is passion in the country, huh?
Oh yes, there's plenty of cricket, a lot of passion. Especially people from Caribbean. There's a lot of Caribbean people. So if West Indies can play such cricket, like all of their ex-players are here, which can help us with the coaching kids and all this stuff. There's a lot of Indian people, Pakistani people, Sri Lankan, Bangladeshi. So if you have to pick like hand-picked team, this would be the best team in the world if you can actually put them through a system and put them through talent testing and all this stuff. So I think it can do wonders.
I believe you got your first recognition in CPL, and you played PSL, you played the Global Canada T20. I wouldn't be surprised if you say CPL as your favorite leagues as of now. But what is that? Where did you get that spark, or probably the traction, or what did you do in that CPL where people recognize Ali Khan?
A lot of people don't know that. First, I got picked for CPL was in 2016. I was with the Guyana Amazon Warriors. I was with them for 2 years, but unfortunately, I got to play only one game. In 2016, my first CPL game was against Jamaica, and on the first ball of my first game, I got the wicket of the legend Sangakkara. So that was a very big moment for me, and that is something I will always remember too. So those first 2 years were very difficult because I wasn't getting much game time. And then in 2017, in the draft, I wasn't picked. I didn't have any. Actually, it was 2018. 2016 and 17, I was with Guyana. So 2018, I didn't have CPL contract or anything. I didn't know what my future is in cricket. So I was playing in US Open, and DJ Bravo was there. We were playing together in the same team, and we had a good tournament in US Open. I met him there and had a good chat with him, but he didn't say anything about that he's going to pick me or anything. We just left, and after that, GT20 Canada happened before CPL. So in the draft, he picked me for GT20, his team. I got 10 wickets there. From there, he picked me as a replacement for one of his players beaten because of illegal action. I went as a replacement to TKR, so he picked me there. When I went to CPL, I was a very warm welcome. They welcomed me with open arms, which gave me a lot of confidence. So Bravo was always there. He was giving me confidence, and then he was saying, "You are our lead bowler." So words like these gave me a lot of confidence that yes, I'm very important to this team, and I can just be myself and just show my talent. And it went well. I got 16 wickets in that tournament. I was third leading wicket taker in that tournament after Fawad Ahmed and Imran Tahir, and we ended up winning CPL that year. So it was a very proud moment, and that is something which is on top of my list, and that's why I would say yes, you were right. CPL is one of my favorite leagues because that is something that gave me that momentum and outbreak in the other leagues. and helped me get recognized around the world just because of that performances in CPL.
I remember you telling me that you had dropped a catch of one of the players which turned out to be costly. Who was that player and how did it turn
So
out?
yeah, I usually try not to think about it, but it's just there. So we were playing game in Queens Park Oval, and Shah Rukh Khan was there as well. He came from India to watch that game as well. So we were playing against Jamaica Talawas. We scored about 222 runs in that game in 20 overs, and then we came out bowling. I had a good spell in the first 3 overs. I got 3 wickets. So Jamaica was down 50 runs, 5 wickets down in about 8-9 overs. And then Andre Russell came out, and Fawad Ahmed was bowling, and I was fielding down at the mid wicket. So first ball, Fawad bowled him half volley, and he tried to hit a six, but it went all the way up. So I was standing all the way in the boundary, and the ball went up so high, and it was. I mean, I'm not making any excuses, but it was night game, and the ball, like when Russell hits the ball, even though it's not a six, it's gonna go miles up in the air. So I was like, oh God, it's coming up to me. So I just ran so hard. Like I thought the ball is like so far from me. So I was just running so hard towards the ball that I just ran past the ball and then fell behind me. And then he went on to score 100 not out, and they won that game actually. And that's like the best hitting I've seen ever in a live game. Like the way he hit the ball, he hit everyone. He didn't give any single chance after that. So yeah, after the game, I was very down because I felt like, I let my team down by dropping his catch. And if I caught the ball, it would have been out and we would have won the game. But I mean, it's all part of cricket. Everyone came up to me, coach, captain. They said, it's okay, it's part of the game. That's how you learn. And as long as you give your best, it doesn't matter if you can catch the ball or not. It was his day, and he just smoked us. So yeah, that's what I was telling you about. That it was Russell, and he just smoked us everywhere that game.
So that was in the same year when you all went on to win the trophy?
Yes, it was the same year.
So it's fine. So I'm sure, Bravo would have said, okay, it's all okay.
Yeah, Bravo's always gave me confidence. He said, that's fine. It's not your fault. I still remember his words. He said, it's not your fault. We should have got him out still, even after dropping the catch, because he went on to score 100. So yeah, he was always giving me confidence. That's why, I really respect him as a captain and as a person, and even throughout the CPL, like whenever I was bowling, if I could get hit, I would still see him coming up to give me confidence, and that will give me, boost to go out and bowl my next ball better than the first one.
So tell me something about Bravo. I believe you're very close to him. Even your profile picture has Bravo. He's your mentor, godfather, friend? Tell us more about Bravo. Your friends would like to know.
So yeah, just like I said earlier, I didn't have any cricket contract, any CPL contract, any Canada contract. He picked me starting in GT20, and then he picked me in CPL. And then after that, I did perform well in CPL, but I still think that the chance he gave me in that international, level, I will always remember that, and that's why I always respect him, because I think he changed my life, but just giving me that opportunity, and that gave me more exposure. So that's why I always respect him. I mean, he's a very, very kind person. He's like a big brother to me, and I'm always talking to him, whether it's cricket or personal life. He's always there for me, and he's one of like those genuine person who I'm very close to, that I can talk about anything if I'm feeling down, whether it's cricket or anything else. I know he's like always there for me, so that's why I always respect him, and whatever he did for me, I will not forget him. So I just respect him as a big brother. And as a person, he's very, very funny person. He's always having fun, and he loves his music. I just love being on the same team as him, and that's why we had success too that year. It was very unfortunate for us. We lost him last year in CPL because he got injured just before CPL started. So that was very unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, I've played against him as well in T10. So it's always fun whether I'm playing with him and against him. I just respect him as a person, and whatever he did for my career, I will remember that.
How has been your experience bowling to the universal boss, Chris Gale?
Actually, the very first game I played, that I mentioned that I got Kumar Sangakkara, was against Jamaica in 2016. So that game, he smoked me everywhere. But then later on in my career, I got to bowl against at him. And so far, I have a very good track record at him, and I have got him out 3 times now. So every time I'm bowling against him, yes, he's a great player. He's done things, but whenever I'm bowling against him, I feel very confident that I have got him out in the past and that I can get him again. So, and also when we do analysis before the game, I just try to follow what the analyst tells me. Especially in CPL, we have Shrikant Bhai from KKR. He's an analyst there, so he gives us very good planning as well to go, and I just try to follow that, and then it comes out. So far, I have good record against him, and I would like to keep it that way.
I won't ask you the secrets or the weakness of Chris Gale, but I definitely want to know about Shah Rukh Khan, your team owner. How have been your experience with him?
Yeah, it's been great. Actually, I met him twice now in last 2 years. Very good guy, very humble, very down to earth, and very loving. So whether you win a game or lose, it doesn't matter because he just wants you to have fun, enjoy, and he loves to give kisses on the cheeks. So yeah, I was lucky enough to get it from him as well. And then yeah, we just have good time with him. He cares a lot about his players. Like he would know everything about his players, even if there's a slight niggle on any player, he would know. So he spent a lot of time when he comes with all the players and get to know them, which is I think pretty good. And yeah, it's very very good person. First
So
time I
now,
met him, actually, I was very starstruck. I was like, "Oh, Shah Rukh Khan is here in the same room as me." So, but after that, when you get to meet him and then you get to know him, then it's pretty cool.
like we had seen a video going viral where he was in the dressing room after the game and you all were partying or dancing. Remember that?
Yeah, so every game we play and he's there, he will always come in the dressing room and there's music going on and he loves to dance and then Bravo loves to dance and they would just get along and I think they were dancing on the lungi dance. Yeah, it was pretty funny and I still have that video, so I still go through my phone and watch it sometimes.
Lovely, lovely. So you said you played in CPL, you played in the Canada T20, you played in PSL, uh, and also we are fortunate to have you in T10 for our team, uh, Delhi Bulls ex Bengal Tigers. Now, how do you define or say that a franchise is good or bad? Is it by the results or what is that defines a franchise?
Yeah, I've been playing for the last 2 years in a lot of different leagues and T10 with you guys, which is great, and I love T10 as well. Like after CPL, I would say T10 is my favorite league. So I mean, I would say there's a lot of factors that would define a franchise. The number one thing I would say is the management, because if you manage your players well and they feel they are comfortable, that's the most important thing. If your players are comfortable, they can go out there, do their job with no worries. And then, of course, the team owners involved, the captain has to be on point. So a lot of things, but I would say mainly the management, the way you manage the team, the setup, the environment you create for the team is very important for the players to perform. As I've played with you guys in T10, and I think the way you guys handled us in last 2 years, it's brilliant, and it's one of the best setup that I've seen so far, whatever I played. And not only just me, I've talked to, like, we have Sunil Narayan, we have Riyad Emred in our team. So I was talking to them as well when I was there, and they said like this setup that we have got in T10 for Bengal Tigers or Delhi Bulls and ex Bengal Tigers, and especially you, Anish by how you have like kept us in like one family, one group. It's really amazing, and that's why we love coming down there and playing with you.
That's very nice of you, Ali. Wanted to know, obviously, that you played in this few league or franchise tournaments. I'm sure your dream must be once to be part of IPL.
Yes, definitely. That's one dream that I have to live for and work for. I was so close. I think I was so close in 2019 IPL. I was watching the auction and my name was there. And when I didn't get picked, I was very hurt. I actually cried after the auction because I thought like I was very hopeful. I had a good year in 2018. We won the CPL as well, so I was very hopeful I would get picked, which I didn't. And then in last auction I didn't get picked either. But that's like one thing that's like my motivation that keeps me going now too. Like every chance I get, every opportunity I get, I'm trying to do my best. And yes, IPL is my dream, and I would love to be part of it one day. And I'm just gonna keep working hard and keep improving until I get there. And not even until I get there, even after that, I still wanna keep growing and just stay there.
Well, I sincerely hope that your dream comes true and somebody does see this video interview of ours. And not because only of this video interview, you have the talent, you have the temperament, and I wouldn't be surprised one day you'll be playing the IPL soon.
Thank you, Anis bhai. I remember you texting me on the auction day as well that hopefully some team will pick you because you have seen my talent as well, because I've been with you for the last 2 years as well. And these words mean a lot to me, and I really appreciate it. And it gives me a lot of confidence as well whenever I go out and play.
Shah Rukh Khan's famous dialogue is there from his movie, I think, Om Shanti Om. किसी चीज को अगर सच्चे दिल से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात भी उससे तुमसे मिलाने की कोशिश में लग जाती है. So if you keep trying, you'll be there.
Yes, spot on, inshallah.
So when you talk about your talent, you were the first bowler to get a double wicket maiden in T10. You remember that?
Yes, last year. But I think before that, our own team, Amir Yamin, got 4 wicket maiden as well. So I think I was the second person. But good thing we are both on the same team, so it was still for us. It was pretty good actually. I didn't think I would do it. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just going through my East delivery. First ball dot. I remember Morgie came up to me. He was like, "What's the plan against Najib?" Because he was on strike. I was like, "He doesn't like short balls." He was like, "Go for it." That's one thing I loved about Captain Morgan as well with us, because he tells you, he asks you what you want to do, and he just backs you up. So he was like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "I want to bowl him a bouncer." He was like, "Go for it." And Abu Dhabi wicket was so flat, so it's really hard to get a proper bouncer. So first ball I bowled him, he ducked. And then I looked at the umpire. He didn't give one for the over. So I was like, okay, Morgie, I got another one. I'm going again at him. The second ball I bowled him, he tried to pull it and got caught deep mid-wicket by Nabi. So 2 balls, 1 wicket. Okay. And then Chris Lynn, he was on the other end, and then he came up. I was like, oh no, now Lenny is here. Because he was smacking us everywhere that game. So I still had 1 bouncer for the over, and I told Morgie again, I'm going for the bouncer again because it's working. And then I bowled a bouncer again, and then he pulled me, which is he middled that ball. He went straight like a bullet to David Willey, and he took a blinder. So that was really good catch. So then now we have 3 balls, 2 wickets. Then Chadwick Walton, I believe, came, and then I bowled 3 dot balls to him. I bowled him a bouncer again, and he couldn't play, and then bowled him a Yorker, and then so yeah, it was pretty good feeling. Most importantly for the team, if you can bowl a maiden over in T10, that means they only have 9 overs to bat, so which was very good for me. And I'm very, very happy. Was very happy with the performance, and hopefully come out there again and do it.
Trust me, you saved us from that dubious record of not leaking the highest runs in the tournament. If you had not well bowled that maiden the way Chris Lynn was going in that game.
Yeah, and I think I was struggling too with my hamstring that over. But I was like, this is going well. I'm just gonna try to finish my over and then go out and see John. So that's what I did, and it was our last game as well. So I was like, I'm just gonna give my 100%. It's my last game here anyways, so just gonna help the team with the momentum.
So what is the maximum number of runs you have leaked in a T10 or rather T20?
I actually haven't leaked many in T10, but I have leaked in T20. Actually, my first game, the one I was talking about against Jamaica in 2016, it was my first T20 game. I had a good start. I got Singakar out in the first ball, but then came out Andre Russell again. And he smoked me everywhere after that. And in the end, there was Gale who hit me as well. So I went for 49 runs in that game in 3.5 overs for 1 wicket. So it wasn't a good start. And that's the most. And actually, last year in CPL, I went 3 overs. I went for 50 odd runs, which was not good. JP Duminy had the best of me that game. So these 2 games, I think I'll leak most of the runs.
Well, that's the best part about this franchise tournaments. You come across different types of players, different characters. Some days you have your day, you bowl well, and some days you can go for runs.
Yeah, it's also a good learning process. Actually, if you're not gonna get hit, you're not gonna learn. And as a bowler, you're going to have more bad days than good days in T20 cricket. So you just have to enjoy when you have a good day and just try to get better each game.
How was your experience of bowling or playing with Zahir Khan in T10?
It was wonderful, and thanks for you too for having him in our team for the last 2 years. He's brilliant. I used to bowl knuckleball, and he's really good at knuckleballs. So that was one thing that I focused a lot on with him when he was there. And now whenever he sees me, he asks me, "What have you done to improve that, and what have you been doing?" And he's really good guy, like a big brother as well. Very open, very loving. So anytime I want to ask him something, he's there. And got to play with him. He played for India at bigger level, and then I was fortunate enough to be with him on the same team now for the last 2 years and learn from him. So that's why T20 cricket, franchise cricket, is very important for young cricketers, especially for us, like from associate cricket, where they don't get to play along big cricketers from international circuit. We going out in the franchise cricket, we play with them, we pick their brains, we learn a lot from them, learn new tricks. So it's going to help us grow our cricket, and we can bring that knowledge back to our associate cricket and help the younger guys here.
Tell me something. We all know Ali Khan is known for his toe-crushing Yorkers. Did you have any bowler in mind that when you started bowling this? Because it's not easy to bowl Yorkers unless you practice them hard. So which bowler was that your inspiration to bowl that particular delivery?
So why I would say I'm good at bowling Yorkers, because in Pakistan, I used to play a lot of tape ball cricket. And tennis ball, you tape it up and you play. And in that game is so crucial. Like, the batsmen are so good. If you're not on target, they're gonna smack you. So, and the only way to survive in that cricket is bowling Yorkers. Ever since I was a kid, I was just bowling Yorker with that tape ball. And I think that's one of the reasons that I'm good at it, because I was bowling Yorkers a lot. But also, if you asked about cricketers, I was watching like Shoaib Akhtar, Wasim Akram, Waqar Yunus. They were really good at those reverse swing, toe crushing Yorkers. I mean, I didn't know back then how to reverse swing or anything about that. I just wanted to bowl that specific ball. So every time I went out to bowl, I just wanted to bowl Yorkers, and which is, I think, helping me a lot now. But I still think it's the most difficult ball to bowl in cricket, because now the level we play at against the players we play, the margin of error is so less that even if you miss it by an inch, they can hit you for a six. So you have to be really spot on, and you have to be really brave to bowl that ball, that you just believe in yourself at top of your mark that you're going to bowl the Yorker and execute it. So, and also a lot of practice goes into it. I put cones, I put shoes when I'm practicing, just to nail those Yorkers, and just trying to. Also, when Zahir Khan was there in T10, I was talking to him about Yorkers as well. So he was telling me a lot of variations in Yorker, which I didn't know about before. So around the wicket, close to wicket, wider off the wicket, and now we have not just toe Yorkers, we have wide Yorkers as well. So these are all the things that you learn, and I think I'm good at it, and I would like to keep it that way. And the only way to keep it that way is by keep practicing.
So what's next for Ali Khan now? What if after the lockdown cricket resumes? What's next coming up for USA?
So right now, we haven't heard anything about USA cricket yet, but I have heard that CPL is happening. So I'm looking forward to that, which is starting in August. Hopefully, if things goes well, and you know how the COVID situation is, hopefully the situation stays good and we get to play CPL. So next for me is CPL, and then after CPL, we see what other leagues are happening. There's IPL happening again, so hopefully maybe if I do well in CPL, I have a chance again to knock on that door as well. So we'll see how it goes, but just one step at a time. So for next, right now, I have CPL coming up, and I'm just getting myself ready for that.
Wonderful. We've spoken about in general about your cricket and how you have come across and gone well in cricket. We'll ask you some rapid fire questions. Are you ready for it?
Yes, hopefully they're not too hard.
We all know that Shah Rukh Khan is your team owner. But out of all the three Khans, Amir Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, who's your favorite actor?
Shah Rukh Khan has to be.
A day by the beach or by the pool?
By the beach.
If you had to play one of SRK's role, what would it be? Raees or Raj from DDLJ, or Kuch Kuch Hota Hai or Kabir Khan from Chakde?
I would say race because also on Eid days I'm wearing black kurtas and I'm trying to be like him.
So do you say the dialogue Ammi Jaan kehti hai?
Yeah, I have to memorize it and try it.
One thing you like about Dubai?
Dubai Mall.
Baseball or basketball? What other sport would you have picked if not for cricket?
Basketball.
Shoaib Akhtar, Brett Lee or Shane Bond?
Shoaib Akhtar.
I believe you have answered this before, but I'll still ask you, a batsman you feared bowling to?
Oh, you asked me that question as well. So Andre Russell has to. I mean, I don't fear him anymore, but it's just that you know that he on his day that he can smack you all over. But actually now I do like bowling to him, and I want to bowl to him because that's one way I can improve myself as well against the best. So I love bowling against him now.
A batsman you are dreaming or you have dreamt to bowl to?
If from the past, I would love to bowl to Brian Lara, but right now I would like to bowl King Kohli.
A food that you can eat all your life. What's your special cuisine?
Well, I don't get to eat that much now, but biryani would be the one.
Virat Kohli, Joe Root, Kane Williamson, or Smith, who's a better tester than bats?
Virat Kohli, best in the world.
One thing that you always carry with you while you travel?
My cricket shoes.
Well, Ali Khan, you answered all your questions openly and from the heart. We had a wonderful conversation with you. And trust me, you have lived up to your rock star temperament. And I really wish you the very best, whichever leagues you play. And I hope one day you might even represent one country, like you're representing USA. You play and make your country proud.
Thank you, Anis bhai, for having me, and thanks again for everything. And love your show, and I watched it on your Instagram as well. And I wish you all the best with that as well. And thanks for having me. It was a pleasure, and I hope to see you soon again.
Thank you.